I get asked this question all of the time from new PIs, people thinking of becoming a PI, and even veteran PIs. What do you know now that you wish you knew before you became a PI? The first thing I want you to know as you are starting your new adventure of being a professional private investigator is this.
Remember, you don't know what you don't know.
That is right, folks, and that goes for all of us, including myself, as you discover new ways to do things, as you find tips, tricks, and advice that helps you improve your professional private investigations business. Don't beat yourself up for not knowing it. After all, you don't know what you don't know. Now, I wanted to try to keep this to the top 5 things I wish I knew before I became a PI, but that may not be possible. When I think about it, there are so many things I wish I knew when I started out as a PI. Not that I regret any of my decisions along the way, but knowing what I know now, there are some serious things that could have saved me a lot of time, money, and other resources. One thing I wish I knew before I started my PI business was how many other areas of investigations there were out there to choose from. You see, when I got started, it was kind of on a whim. I was closing out a chapter in my life and getting ready to start a new one. As I was looking for other opportunities, I realized I was looking for the same old stuff I always did. Not that there is anything wrong with working in one industry all your life, working the same positions for long periods, or doing what is familiar to you. In fact, for many people, that is the key to long-term success. But for me, I have always been a mover, moving about from career path to career path and getting my hands dirty as I learned new industries and new trades. I had spent most of my adult life running businesses, small, medium, and even large corporations, and I wanted to take that experience and put it to good use, but this time to my and my family's direct benefit. All those years working for corporate America taught me a lot. The experiences and knowledge I gained were very valuable indeed, but it also kept me away from my family and friends as I was always traveling. I came to the decision that I wanted something that was going to allow me to be home every night and have the freedom to set my schedule and watch my kids as they grow up. So I ran across the opportunity to become a contract surveillance investigator, and I jumped on it. It was running my own business, setting my own schedule for the most part, and it allowed me to work every facet of the business, from planning to report writing, from accounting to case management. What I didn't know, though, was that there were literally dozens of other types of investigations I could be doing. Now, it took me about 2 years before I realized there were many other opportunities. Looking back now, had I known that when I started, I would have still started as a contract surveillance investigator, but I would have started my marketing and my business expansion right away. That leads me into the next thing I wish I knew before I became a PI. That involves how easy it is to gain knowledge about investigations of many kinds. Now, let me first say, no matter how much training you get, you won't be an expert right out of the gate. I can teach you everything I know about surveillance. In fact, I'm working on a comprehensive surveillance training course right now, which will be out here in just a few weeks. But even if I give you all my knowledge, tell you all my secrets, let you know all of the do's and the don'ts about surveillance, that does not make you an expert. I would ponder a guess that maybe, just maybe, after all of that education, you would know about 40% of what you need to know to be a good surveillance investigator. The other 45% will take years to learn as you gain new experience while out on actual surveillance. And the last 5%, well, folks, you never do get to 100%. There is always something to be learned, always something new to discover, and I truly believe the most successful people in life are lifelong learners. But there are many avenues you can take to get educated in just about any investigative field as a private investigator, folks. Here are the 2 biggest ones that helped me when I started out on my own. The first is my state PI association here in Colorado, the PPIAC, Professional Private Investigators Association of Colorado. Most state PI associations put on regular monthly, quarterly, and annual training events. Some of the educational experience I had with PPIAC training events that turned into actual business expansions for my PI business included accident investigations, witness interviews, criminal defense investigations, TSCM bug sweeps, just to name a few. The other training resource that was a huge value to me was the PI magazine. Yep, there is a magazine dedicated to professional investigators, and it has tons of free training and insights into the private investigation industry for its subscribers. When I discovered the PI magazine, it really broadened the horizon and let me see all of the different areas I could expand my business. Every article was basically like a training course for me, chock full of great tidbits of information and insights into new possibilities. Even having all of this education at my disposal, there were still some other things I wish I knew when I started out as a PI. One of those is a new paraphrase of an old saying, the customer is always right. I learned over the years in the PI industry, the customer is usually right is a better motto to follow. I wish I knew when I started my PI business how little customers actually know about doing investigations. This is a lot of training and a lot of real life learning that came into play over the years. Customers call all of the time and they think they know exactly what will happen when they hire us based on a skewed lens portrayed by the media and TV and the movies as to what a PI can and cannot do. Customers still call and think I can find their ex's bank account information with little to no effort. Customers still call and think there is one magical database out there that has all of the information on everyone in the world. And customers still call today and think surveillance is a 1 or a 2 hour thing. What I am getting at is the customer expectations when they hire a PI. I wish I knew way back in 2008 that setting customer expectations up front was one of the most important things I needed to do. If you do not set those expectations, folks, then their expectations will be set, but what they have seen on TV, the movies, and the media, not what actually happens during an investigation. I have had clients that expected Hollywood-produced video from surveillance. Yep, they couldn't understand why the video was so dark in the bar at 11 o'clock at night. I have had criminal defense clients expect me to find out who did the crime after they were charged with doing the crime. I have had clients expect me to be able to quickly access police records and reports, financial records, marriage records, you name it. Sometimes they expect you to do it easily, quickly, and cheaply. Which leads me to my next I wish I knew thing. Man, I really wish I knew to never sell my services by the hour. Those customers that ask how much you charge by the hour also have a preconceived idea of how long it will take. Those phone calls can be something like this. Thank you for calling ABC DEF Investigations. This is John. How can I help you? Hi, John. My name is Bob. I have an easy job for you. How much do you charge per hour? Hello, Bob. Thanks for calling. We have a very competitive rate of $75 an hour. What can I help you with? That's perfect, John. The last guy wanted $150 an hour. Ridiculous, isn't it? Yes, that does seem a bit steep, Bob. What can we do for you? I need you to go out on surveillance tonight at 8 o'clock and watch my girlfriend. I'm sure her ex will be visiting her at her house. All I need you to do is sit there from 8 o'clock until 10 o'clock and let me know when he shows up and get some video and give me a call when he is there. Let me give you her address and you can send me the bill for the $150 when you're done. Wait, what? Hang on, Bob. You see, if you try to sell by the hour, the customer never gets to fully understand what the realities of an investigation entail. Had I known to not sell by the hour, but to sell by the job or the retainer way back when I started, it could have saved me a ton of headaches and wasted time chasing 2, 3, and 4 hour jobs when there were 2, 3, and 4 day jobs out there waiting for me. Then there is the thing about money in the PI world that I wish I knew when I got started. Money, folks, as a PI is mostly come and go. Just like the work, it is either feast or famine most days, and you better be ready for the famine. You might be busy for weeks or even months on end, then the bottom falls out, and there is little work coming in and even less money. You need to budget your money out for the entire year or even 2 or 3 years to ensure that you can survive those ebbs and flows. I also really wished I knew how to set my rates when I started out as a PI. And if you want to know how to set your rates and be competitive today, then check out this video.